Welcome to the Syndicate Room. I am Drew, that is Reese, and Val from AdValorem is our producer. Today we are using the AI infrastructure boom as an education-first allocation case study, how to distinguish demand, deployment, and cash conversion.
You know the pattern. A hyperscaler raises its capital spending forecast. The market hears demand. A data center developer announces capacity. The market hears scarcity. A chip order lands. The market hears inevitability. Slow down before three signals become one conclusion.
The fear is not that AI infrastructure has no future. The fear is confusing a necessary input with a realized return. A gigawatt campus can be strategically important, technically impressive, and financially heavy before one durable customer dollar pays back the bill.
You can be right that AI demand is real and still be early on the asset. You can be right that inference grows and still overestimate who captures the margin. In infrastructure, the bottleneck is valuable only if the contract, uptime, and payment terms survive the handoff.
Let me say that again. You do not need to decide whether the AI cycle peaks this quarter or compounds for a decade. You need to ask which link gets paid, when it gets paid, and what evidence makes that payment repeatable. That is less glamorous than a spending forecast and far more useful. The piece we used for today is called Data Center Reality Check Could Slam Brakes on AI Earnings Boom. Link in the show notes. Its useful warning is not a prediction that AI stops. It is a reminder that a huge physical build has to earn through a real operating model.
4 steps. First, draw the physical chain. Write power, grid connection, equipment, facility, compute, software, workload, and invoice on one page. Mark the owner, delivery date, and dependency for each link.
Step 2. Run the unit economics. Estimate revenue per useful compute hour, then subtract power, cooling, networking, depreciation, maintenance, financing, and the people needed to keep the system reliable. The unit is not the data center. It is the paid workload after the full stack. Step 4. Write the disconfirming evidence before the next update. What would make you lower confidence? A delayed grid connection? Idle capacity? A customer renegotiation? Put those signals beside the upgrade case. Higher utilization, better collection, lower cost per useful hour, and repeat orders without subsidy.
Now, stage-gate the thesis. Set a review date after the next earnings release or project milestone. Upgrade only when physical delivery and cash conversion move together. Hold when reservations rise, but utilization is unreported. Downgrade when the build-out gets more expensive while payback moves farther away.
Now close the cold open loop. The first proof is not the size of the build. It is the moment the cash flow clock starts. After power is arrived, compute is useful, and a customer pays for the result. Think back to the early build-out of the internet. Fiber routes, switching equipment, and data centers were necessary, but the durable winners were not decided by the largest construction announcement. They were decided by traffic, pricing, uptime, and the ability to turn a network into recurring cash. Infrastructure compounds when use catches up with capacity. This connects to our adjacent episodes. The robotics episode taught us to separate a demo from a deployment loop. The quantum episode taught us to separate architecture from a funding milestone. Here, separate installed capacity from paid utilization.
The question is not, will AI use more compute? It probably will. The question is, which infrastructure has earned the right to expand because its cash conversion is getting better? That is a question a disciplined researcher can revisit. Before the next CapEx headline lands, run the 4-step playbook. Draw the physical chain. Separate reservations from utilization. Run the full stack economics. Write the disconfirming evidence. You can do it in 10 minutes with a public article, a spreadsheet, and a review date.
If you want to compare notes with operators and technical investors, the Discord is discord.gg/GERGTT9GTS. Community dinners are an interest list, not a sales room. The community application is tidycow.com/AdValorem/syndicate. Bring one metric and one question you cannot answer yet. Treat both as research products to study, not as a promise of return.
Ask one operator question before you close the tab. Who owns the outage, the power bill, and the customer handoff? If the answer changes at every layer, your model is not finished.
Log the evidence like a field engineer. Contracted megawatts, live megawatts, useful compute hours, collected cash, and the cost of keeping the machine available. Then revisit the page when the next earnings headline arrives. Your edge is not certainty. It is a better record. The build is not the return. The reservation is not utilization. Utilization is not cash conversion. The cash flow clock is the thesis.
We will be back with another research-led breakdown. Until then, keep the evidence in front of the story.